All right, so today we're going to work on the fog in the back, or the smoke part. And we're using for the background cadmium yellow medium or cadmium yellow light, whatever you have, and titanium buff. So I'm mixing cadmium yellow medium with titanium buff. It's more like a mid-tone. Again, I'm using a flat brush or a bright, and with the corner of the brush I'm going to add this yellow. Yes, that might be a little bit too strong. I'm going to put in it a bit more of titanium buff, although this is going to dry darker, so it should be okay. But with the corner of my brush, I'm going to let it dry. And if I find or feel that it's a bit too strong, then I can add a tiny bit of Ultramarine Violet, because purple is opposite yellow on the color wheel, so it will tone it down. It will desaturate the color or the chroma. Good. All right, that's very good. Actually, if you have Ultramarine Violet handy, just put it on the side. Just put a tiny bit on the side. All right, so behind here, you can see kind of a bit as well. So it's more like a dry brush. And if I want to tone it down, I can take Ultramarine Violet, put it in, and maybe do the toned down version of it at the bottom. I really like this yellow. It's just, it takes your eye to the back of the painting. Beautiful. Good. You can also use it as a camouflage of anything you don't want to see there. Like any kind of detail that you're not happy with, use this, use that foggy thing, detail that we're doing right now. I think we should be using some in the sky too. That would look really good. Yeah. All right, let's dive into this in a minute. Let's finish what we're doing here, and then we leave the sky to the end. All right, now let's do some here. It's a bit tricky between the buildings, but if you use a small brush and you use the corner of the brush, should be able to get it going. And once we start using orange in the front, we can adjust and put some orange in the back as well. A little bit of orange. Okay. If we want. Tone it down here. I'm going to tone it down here. Using Ultramarine Violet. But I'm going over details that are not, they're not important to me. So okay, we're good for the background. I'll add a bit of orange in here after, when I start working on the front. So to bring the background, connect the background with the foreground. Okay. I'm using a bit of titanium buff and ultramarine violet to enhance and add a little bit more of this foggy stuff in here, but I don't want it to be too yellow. So I'm just adding more of the titanium buff and ultramarine violet. And it's good to gauge when the color is dry. If you want to tone it down or make it stronger. Good. All right. I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, moving on to the orange part. I'm going to take cadmium red light, mix it with cadmium yellow medium, and I'm going to put in it a bit of purple, ultramarine violet, just kind of to tone it down and darken it a bit. And I'm going to take titanium buff, add titanium buff to this color. That will soften it and it will desaturate.
Did you put orange by yellow in there too, Leon?
Well, if you have orange, cadmium orange, you're welcome to use it. But what I did is because I have cadmium yellow medium, I just added cadmium red light, cadmium red light. Now the same thing, I'm going to go in and start by putting some of this orange in. And I will highlight if I need to, if I want some highlights. So if I find that this is drying very dark, this orange, then I would go in and add a bit of light orange on top in certain areas, not everywhere. So this is good. It's supposed to be coming out of this chimney, I think. I will be putting some yellow over this. Good. I'm softening it. That softens the window behind it. And let's continue, and then we'll come back to this. Sometimes I'm just gonna add in, push in a little bit more red. Yeah, that's nice. With the orange.
I think it's really orange.
It's orange, yes, it is.
Is it really orange? Okay, yours doesn't look as...
Doesn't look orange? It is. It's just because when I mixed cadmium yellow medium and cadmium red light, I added ultramarine violet and titanium buff, a bit of titanium buff. So it tones down the color.
Okay.
It's not saturated anymore. It just kind of makes it softer. Again, I'm mixing more orange. And Ultramarine Violet. And a bit of titanium buff. And I can adjust the color as much as I want later on. It takes away from, it covers any detail that you don't want. Adding a little bit more red in certain areas, not over the whole thing, but I like this kind of a bit of red in this orange. And it's drying darker, so I can adjust. Now I'm going to take a little bit of titanium buff into the orange and just soften or add a little bit of a lighter, softer part over here. And it makes it, this will make it look like fog. Actually, I'm not sure if it's fog. It is something. Okay, I'm going to take some of this and again add a tiny bit of more of the titanium buff. Corner of my brush. Add a tiny bit in the back. Light. I added more titanium buff in here. I take yellow again into this same mixture and titanium buff with ultramarine violet. And I'm going to come here and add over the orange some yellow toned down with ultramarine violet and titanium buff. Good. I like the colors behind, I like these strong colors behind the buildings. They soften the buildings a bit. Anytime you find that your color is too strong, too saturated, the chroma is really kind of pure, you can just kind of use ultramarine violet and tone it down. Okay. I'm going to try with a small brush and using just titanium buff, small round brush. Let's put some of these. I really like the hint of birds. It gives it movement. It looks interesting.
Can you do a zoom into that area?
Sure.
Where you're doing birds?
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Just titanium buff, water, make it kind of fluid, and some of the ones in the back, I can leave them kind of not too strong. You can make the ones in the front stronger, and add as many as you want. Okay. Of course, usually what I do at the end when I'm done is I fix a bit of details. I fix some of the details that need to be fixing, and then especially the small details. So right now I'm taking Payne's Gray and Raw Umber. White or titanium buff, it doesn't matter, one of them, because it's not a lot, just a bit of adjusting. Okay, this project is done. We're moving on to a new one in 2 weeks.